everyone. It's BlackHighPriestess. Hope you can hear me. So I decided to go live. I know some subscribers have been requesting me do some videos. Really haven't been in the best mood to be in the public, so to speak. But um, I'm seeing a lot of bullshit, and I think it's just necessary to keep expressing what my brand is about. It's about elevating Black women, and Father's Day. Um, Social media had so much negativity about Father's Day, and it was mostly Black men complaining about not getting credit for the nothing that they do. And in the spirit of being solution oriented and Juneteenth and what my brand is about, I want to just kind of give Black women some pointers, like things that Black women can do to immediately improve your health. Um, so the first thing that I think that Black women need to do to improve your health is go natural with your hair. It has become a huge trend, but there's still a lot of Black women who are relying on weave, eyelashes, dyeing their hair, and going about the fake faux lock route instead of actually adopting the lifestyle of being a natural Black woman. Why is it important that you Black women go natural? Most of you have husbands because you wear weave. Most of you have husbands because your skin is light. Most of you have husbands because you can pass as a white woman or you can pass as a mixed mulatto woman. A lot of you are gonna find a new form of self love when you go natural and you see how Black men react to you. You're gonna see the different type of Black men that you attract. You're gonna see the different type of reactions that you get from other races who have real respect for Black people when we are being our natural powerful selves, not acting like inferior slaves with these white supremacist slave syndromes and constantly acting like victims in the way that we dress, speak, and behave. So the first thing Black women need to do for healing and just to, to be more fulfilled in life, you have to start embracing your natural hair texture. Um, this goes for Black women who have um, straight hair or limp hair, or thin hair as well. Um, Wearing weave is sometimes can be a medical condition, sometimes can be really, really cosmetic, not just I'm trying to look like a white girl, I'm trying to attract inferior Black men who only like white women. But sometimes you're covering up cancer, or you're covering up you know the fact that some dude abused you and pulled all your hair out because you were in an abusive relationship, or other health complications, or just general stress of being a Black woman where your hair is falling out because you already have a thinner hair texture. um it, like, I embrace who you are as a Black woman. um if you are having hair complications, instead of wearing weave, which can further damage or put more pressure on the hair, um wear head wraps. Cover your head up, and you don't have to wear these unattractive West African style head wraps and bonnets that ghetto Black women, or you know Black women who are beautiful because they're African but not beautiful because they're actually sexy. um like, you don't have to go that route. You can find ways to wrap your head up that still makes you look sexy, like a woman who has long hair, which is what a lot of you sisters want. So embrace your hair, grow your hair, let your hair be your covering so you're not wearing weave to attract a lesser man who will be attracted to you because you are passing as white. Um, the next thing that I think black women can immediately do to heal, to feel better, to, you know, be more fulfilled in life. Um, you know, I go back and forth with this, but start studying and practicing African spirituality as opposed to Christianity. Um, I am not as willing to teach the mysteries of witchcraft because um, it's too easy to corrupt a woman with it. But I will say for black women, study the African female ancestors. Peace, Sasha. Um, yeah, it's divine timing. So thanks for joining. Um, so sisters, why am I saying study the female African ancestors as opposed to studying witchcraft or New Age spirituality? I want you all to understand one thing about the law of attraction and manifestation and positive affirmations. It's bullshit, particularly if you're a black woman. Um, I made a comment the other day. A friend posted a meme saying the law of attraction works, you know, just think positive, speak positive. It's bullshit. Take it from a real bloodline witch. It hard work trumps manifestation. All this new age trying to think and grow rich, trying to manifest, trying to even pray your way into things. Black women are the number one who think that God is going to give us things that we deserve when God hates us at best. At worst, God doesn't care about anything, which the Bible makes clear. If you're going to pray, make sure you're praying to Christ. Do not pray to God. God hates black people. God cursed us. And the women bear the brunt of the curse because of what the men did. So God hates women. And as much as God talks about children, the Bible makes it clear that children will suffer the sins of their parents. And that's exactly what happens. And um, what I see now in terms of the curse over black women mentioned in Isaiah that I talk about damn near every upload now is, you know, growing up, black women would say, you talk like a white girl. Oh, look at her body. Look at this, that. Because I was athletic and I had class and I was groomed to behave the way white women were groomed to behave, with class, with elegance, with dignity, knowing your worth, expecting men to be gentlemen, protect, and provide. And a lot of sisters were groomed to put up with black men and put up with their slave syndrome and put up with less. And I wasn't. And I get a lot of flack from black men for letting them know that they do not meet the standards that I was groomed with. And for letting black women know that no matter what you do, black men don't want you because you're black. You can achieve everything that a white woman has, but a black man does not want you because you're black. He wants a white woman because she's white, not because of what she has. So doesn't matter how skinny you are, how beautiful you are, how well spoken you are, educated you are. Doesn't matter if you have rich parents. Black men does not want you because you are black. Does not matter how much you measure up or can compete and surpass the qualities of white women that they say are so much better and valuable. Black men does not want a black woman. He wants a white woman. No matter what, and she can be trash, but if she's white, he will accept it. So why is it important for black women to study the African female ancestors so you can understand feminine power from an African perspective? So you can understand mysteries of femininity that derive from African culture, deal with African ingredients, deal with the African terrain, deal with the African thought process. And so you can start embracing seeing yourself as a African woman instead of just seeing yourself as an American who has to conform to all these stereotypes in order to be accepted by black people who are inferior. Um, Seeing yourself as an African woman is going to open your mind to traveling and going places where it's normal to be a black woman. It's okay to be a black woman, where the history of these places and countries is black women that look like me and you, not mulatto, light skinned looking women, black women who look like me and you. Places like Africa, Ghana, Jamaica, um, you know, studying African femininity in that aspect will get you comfortable with the idea of traveling to another country where you don't speak the language, don't know the culture, but can start to see yourself the way predominantly black cultures view black women, which is with more pride and glory than you will ever experience in America. Um, Actions speak louder than words. So when it comes to manifestation in new age, none of that shit works. Actions speak louder than words. Hard work trumps trying to pray your way and manifest your way and think and grow rich and, wave your magic wands and poof, everything is okay. And it may have worked once, just like you win that one lottery or, you win that one jackpot and now you're addicted to trying to win, hit it big again, and you're spending more money instead of saving money. And, manifestation it's no different than a gambling addiction. It may work once, so you get that satanic spirit attached to you to make you think that doing less and praying more, doing less and thinking positive more is going to get you where you need to be, and it won't. Um yeah, anywhere loves black women except America. I'll reckon you can go anywhere. Um but outside of America and you'll be loved better. Except for maybe South America. Get out of the Americas and you as a black woman will see yourself the way the rest of the world sees you, not the way America sees you, as a baby making machine, as a whore, as a prostitute, and as something to be used and left for dead, and given all your power to a white woman so she can have a black man and erase you. That's what America is. A human genome project for black men and white women to breed the race of clones that America now is. And that's why I encourage black women to study African spirituality, start looking at what real black women look like with dark skin, with different body shapes. Because all of these black men have procreated with white women. And a lot of you black women, you're not even real black women. So black women who are still real, um, you know, understand African spirituality. They didn't sit around and manifest. They didn't sit around and think positive. They went through things to gain the powers that we now call on when we need help against white supremacy. They didn't sit around and think and grow rich. And a lot of you sisters, Christianity has infected your mind. And you're not doing the real work needed to find a husband. The real work is getting the fuck out of America. Praying is not going to work. God does not care about us. God has given our men to white women. God has let the spell of white supremacy put black men in the spirit of slumber. Leave them sleeping. Leave them for dead. That's what they've done to you. Black people are free now and black men have spoken. He wants white women. He always has. He has the ability to sleep with them. He could care less about you black women. Stop believing anything otherwise. He has shown you and he has shown the world how he feels. The black man will never improve himself. He can get another woman. That is his mentality. That is the main reason black people are cursed. And you black women are going to be cursed if you keep dealing with these men. Okay? Studying African spirituality will help you take matters and take power into your own hands without feeling the need to dabble into witchcraft or things that really are about taking another person's free will. versus empowering yourself to achieve your goals, and to have wisdom. African spirituality is about wisdom more than anything else. Witchcraft is about influencing reality to your will, bending reality to your will. And that's just not something that I feel is as beneficial to Black women who deserve husbands. Um, you know, you can invoke spirits, but I feel like it can it can be a distraction from actually attracting what you deserve. It takes power and energy to curse someone. And that same power and energy can be used to bless and heal yourself. So it is a choice that you have to make. Is defeating your enemy more important than healing yourself? A lot of times it is. But a lot of these men and these white people who are doing us wrong are not worth the power. The ancestors will have our back if you honor them. You won't have to do so much witchcraft to take matters into your own hands when you have a relationship with your Black ancestry. Um, so the third thing that I think Black women, need to do, you know, that last one was getting into African spirituality, getting away from religious doctrines that make you powerless to do anything when you're victimized. Um, but third thing I think Black women need to do is learn that you are not a baby making machine. Stop having babies by Black men. Stop having babies by Black men. Find a husband. Like, get out of America, get a husband. Get your mind right where you are attracted to men who are husband material. Do the therapy so you're not attracted to narcissists, abusers, rapists, cheaters, liars, um, drug addicts. Do the work so you can calibrate your aura to wanting and needing and deserving a husband. And stop having babies by Black men who have not married you. Um, and don't be so quick to marry a man because of his money. Unless you know how to be a hoe, a high class hoe, because that's what a lot of wives are. You're high class hoes that married for money. Um, so be careful of marrying a man for money. Understand men that buy women, they see you as objects. And if you ain't really a hoe at heart and know how to play the object role every day, all day, um, don't don't have a man just because you think it boosts your status. It does, but you don't want to deal with the backlash and the heartache of this Black man cheating on you with white women, disrespecting you, flirting with women in your face all the time, neglecting you, not coming home, going on vacation for weeks or months on end with his boys who prefer white women. All this stuff to have a house and to have a little of his money and, be careful of these Black men who are buying you, you know. Um, you know, but I guess the third thing that Black women can immediately do is take pills. Stop having babies by Black men who don't marry you. Um, your baby daddies hate you. In case you all haven't seen on Facebook and Instagram and any social media, Black men hate their baby mamas. You baby mamas, you still wish these men happy Father's Day. Some of you may be brave enough to expose him, but a lot of you sisters aren't. And that's the fourth thing Black women need to do to be healthy. Speak up for yourself. Stop being silent. Stop being afraid of Black men. Like, stop being afraid of Black men. A lot of you sisters, you wouldn't be brave enough to say the things I say because you don't want to lose your husband. You don't want to lose these Black men that these men are trash. They don't love you. They don't respect you. Why are you afraid to tell the world how Black men cannot measure up? Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? What are you black women afraid of? Why are you more afraid of hurting a black man's feelings and him making a mean comment for you expressing yourself than you are of him abusing you and cheating on you, treating white women like they're better because he hates you? He hates himself. He hates his what are you black women so fucking afraid of that you can't open your mouth and tell the world the same things that I'm trying to tell the world and tell each other? Start taking pills, whether it's birth control pills, miscarriage pills, abortion pills, women's health pills. You know, there's a lot of healthy contracept or natural remedy contraception ways. But at the end of the day, black women, you need to take pills. Why are you all so fucking eager to have a damn baby? Like, do you all not have anything else to offer? Do you really not have anything else to offer that you are still having babies out of wedlock by black men? Do you see the stuff that they say about black women? And then you want to subject yourself to being a baby mama when all you have to do is take a pill. Why am I encouraging black women to take pills? Because white people over here trying to argue about abortion in they fucking courts. And all this, oh, the sterilization of the black woman, this, and that. You know, black women, stop having babies. Stop having babies. Like it you know, you all have this mammy syndrome. And it's sad that you really have nothing else to offer. And that's why black men really don't have any respect for you. Kill his baby. Or take birth control. Protect yourself. Make him wear a condom. Um, or make him marry you if he wants to have sex with you. Like, it's okay to do that. Christian women do it, Catholic women do it, white women do it. Why do you feel you need to have a man's baby? Well, like, you know, so the solution to you black women who have nothing better to do than be a baby mama, get educated, get certified. There's free classes, there's scholarships for certifications. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to a university and get in debt. You can get certified, you can take classes, you can take online classes and learn something and then do something with that skill, and you will meet other people who are doing something with their life. And then you can start traveling, doing that work, that skill, if you aren't already educated, which most of you black women are educated. Um, and so the ones who are educated, you should know what I'm talking. You guys understand that black men hate us. You understand educated black men will only marry a white woman. Um, but you know, black women, stop having black men's babies. Stop thinking it's your duty. Stop thinking it's religious morals. Stop thinking all of this. You are not a white woman. No one gives a damn about you as a black woman. So stop having babies. Your mamas who will let you have babies, who are going to take care of their grandchildren because they have nothing better to do, don't care about you and your livelihood. They care about how bored they are. Your baby daddy doesn't care about you. These black men that will sleep with you because they think you're easy because you have a baby and they think you don't know your worth and you'll put up with anything, they don't care about you. These men that you might cheat on to get back at your baby daddy really don't care about you. They're here for some free pussy. Um, Black women, stop having babies by black men. If you already have a baby by a black man, this upload really probably is not for you. I want you to listen to it, but I have other uploads that can speak more directly to black women in that circumstance. I want you sisters who are baby mamas and not wives to, take this guidance. But this is very specific to single, dark-skinned, kinky-haired black women who are educated and who are the bottom of the barrel. Men don't see me as marriageable. They see me as a whore, something to have sex with and leave for dead because of my skin color, because of my hair texture. All right? No other reason. No other reason. No other reason. So, black women, stop having babies by black men. Why are you continuing his legacy when his legacy is hatred for you and love of white women, worship of white women, worship of white supremacy? Um, and like I said, number four, is get educated. Sisters, learn another language, get the fuck out of America. Like, do what you have to do to be able to travel. And with number four, I want to say this, and this is very sincere. Black women who are educated, who are beautiful, who are dark skinned, kinky haired, or just educated and beautiful and single, because you know your worth and you're not going to put up with what black men want you to put up with when he threatens you with getting a white girl. Um, let go of your friends, male and female, but if you're a black woman, specifically your female friends, let go of your female friends who cannot keep up with you. If they are not as beautiful as you, if they cannot attract men at the same capacity, if they are not as educated as you, if they can't speak another language, if they are going to embarrass you when you go out in public, when you're out in sophisticated places, when you're out around other cultures, other races who have a different standard, if they meet that higher standard of femininity and the higher standard of class and education, and they don't know how to be outside of America or outside the fucking hood and act like white people act, like people who have dignity act, if they can't behave and switch it up and show that they have enough education to be in a situation outside of the hood or outside the block, you need to start letting them go. Because where you're going, you can't drag inferior women with you. You can't drag women who toy with men and have jealousy in their hearts, think everything is a game, want to get high and drunk all the time and embarrass themselves and embarrass you in classy settings, women who don't speak other languages and they can't read the fucking menu when you're going to a foreign cuisine restaurant. It's better to go out alone and attract someone who sees you're single and sexy and beautiful, and see what you can catch when you're alone, instead of having inferior women around you who will embarrass you, likely on purpose, because they're threatened by you and they want to make you look bad while you're making them look good. You're making them look good being around them. Stop making inferior black people look good by calling them friends or hanging around your family members. All these, people, like, sisters, let go of people who don't reflect you. Because the quicker you do, you're going to find sisters who have done the work, have class, want to travel, will encourage you to get your passport or go natural, or learn this or learn that, so you can meet a better caliber of men. Stop hanging around black women who can only attract niggers, the niggers that I'm talking about, who are inferior, who hate you, who want white women. Stop hanging around black women who can't do better. They're not going where you're going, and if you take them, you will sabotage what the ancestors have in store for you in Africa, or in my case, Jamaica. um it's okay to spend time by yourself and meet new people, and when you meet these new people, when you meet these new friends, call them. Call them on the weekends. Send them a text message every so often. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Let them know that you are interested in a friendship, interested in getting to know them better by catching happy hour. Let's catch a movie. Invite them to a barbecue, you know. And along with number four of, black women just kind of expanding your horizons and letting go of uh, inferior friends, this is very, very important for black women. Um, Stop competing with each other. This could be like the fifth and final one. Stop competing with each other. Stop dressing to compete with the other women who may be there. Stop worrying about younger women and what they have and how they're, stop trying to keep up with the younger women. Be yourself. Younger women, stop disrespecting older women and thinking that your youth and your attitude is cute and attractive, when what makes you beautiful is the respect that you have for your elders and the respect that you have for women who hopefully one day you will get to their age and you will get to their wisdom and you will learn. Stop competing with each other, black women. You can't have a new group of friends if you're worried about, if you are scared of a woman who's more beautiful than you, because she's going to attract better men than your fat addict friends who are living out their traumas and dragging you down with them because they want to live out trauma instead of do better. Um, but if you're afraid of beautiful black women, you can't be friends with us. If you're afraid of witches and women who have power and women who have influence without trying, you're not going to have those powers. If you're afraid of dark-skinned women and what we experience, and you're afraid of being mistreated because you're going to be seen around dark-skinned women, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to learn the powers of African spirituality. If you're afraid of dark-skinned, kinky-haired black women who are okay with being mistreated because we're embracing our natural look and not trying to kill our image to look like a white girl to attract a husband who will otherwise hate us. Stop being afraid of women who are spiritual enough to cover their hair when they go out. All right, stop competing with black women who have shown that they have a level of freedom and embracing their own self in ways that you have not achieved yet. Stop competing with other black women. Your life is not going to get better if you see every black woman as competition. If you're afraid of another black woman coming around because you're so busy being the token black woman around white people or around a group of men, and now you don't know how to act, and now you have to put on fake love because you don't want to look like that jealous female that you really are, because you constantly surrounding yourself around thirsty men, or white people. Stop competing with other black women. Between number 4 and 5, like, it is imperative, black women, and this is kind of like number 2, which comes with, which I talked about, traveling. Black women, you need to be around predominantly black people. It's great if you can work in white settings and make money and get and experience what it's like to be treated properly, and to be admired, or, when you're not a dime a dozen. Being around white people can have its health benefits, but living around, white people, everything you do is predominantly white. That's not gonna just give you world experience. You're gonna be in these situations where um you're gonna start to see yourself the way white people see you, and the way white supremacy sees you. And when you are around predominantly black people, even though most black men and black women are ignorant and lowly and slave syndromes, you are still going to be fed that African spiritual genetic energy that you need. You need that nourishment of going out and being around people that look like you, that are not afraid of you just because of how you look. When you are in these white supremacist settings and these predominantly white settings all the time, you know what I'm saying, or you're constantly surrounding yourself with too many men, and you don't know how to relate to other women without competition, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're constantly going to have to conform to how you're seen by these men, which is a sex object, or how you're seen by white people, which is a labor slave. But when you go into a community and the store clerks look like you, and the people in the street look like you, and your neighbors look like you, you're going to be safer. You're going to be a little bit safer. Don't believe the myths about violence in these communities. You're more likely as a black woman to get attacked in a predominantly white neighborhood, you know, than a black man may holler at you, but black people, we have a lot more general respect for each other um, when we're in our own communities. But when you get out here and you be behind these enemy lines, um, you're getting further away from the black men who actually do like black women, who do love black women, who do marry black women. You get behind enemy lines, you will be dealing with black men who hate you, who will ridicule you, who will make fun of you to your face and compare you to white women to your face, because that's what they were taught. They see you and you trigger his slave syndrome. You need to stay around in the black community where black people are used to seeing other black people. You get around these token black people and you trigger their need to get acceptance from white people. And a black man who's only used to being around white women, you're going to trigger him. You see how black men with white women act. Sometimes they're not even dating these white women. There's just a token black man around white women, and here you come with your dark, beautiful self, and he's looking down, looking the other way, afraid to show the white woman that he is even attracted to you, that you even caught his eye. Black men are castrated, they're inferior. So if you're around these black men who are only used to white femininity, you're doing yourself a disservice. Those are the number one black men who hate you and who will throw you under the bus for acceptance by white people. Stay around blacks. Move to a country that's predominantly black. Get the fuck out of America. Go where women are still black, not mulatto because of the Human Genome Project. Go to some of these Spanish speaking countries too, where they are not afraid of black people, where they're okay with the fact that half of their culture is derived from West Africa, like these Puerto Ricans are, and some Dominicans and everything. If you habla español, get the fuck out of here. You can go to other places and be treated properly by brown women and men who will honor you, because they know that we come from the same history of slavery. But don't don't be a token black woman around a bunch of white people and there ain't no other black people to be found, because the other black people that will be found will not be your friends, most likely. They are there to be your handler for the white people that they are already working for, to keep you as a voodoo priestess in check, to keep you as a woman of power, a Afrocentric woman, a dark skinned woman in check, to keep you away from other black men. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Sasha, black women are not being vocal about it. Black women are censored in a lot of ways, but the black women with platforms, you black women with huge platforms, aside from um oh god, Cynthia G, um you black women, you're terrified to tell the world what we go through. You're ter- you're afraid to tell the world how white women treat you, because they are competing with you to have some black dick, because they're not okay with being wives and being spoken for by white men. They want everything you have too, black woman. They want to look like you, they want to fuck your man, they want to erase you and steal everything that God gave you. But they don't want to be cursed. They don't want the curse that comes with being a black woman. And black men are bringing these women into the communities to oppress you, and you black women are being silent about it. And the number one reason you black women are being silent about it is because you wear a weave and you do all these things to try and look white to get a man. So you're not competing with white femininity. You can't. And that's something that, the children suffer the sins of the parents. A lot of you black women, like I said, used to make fun of me because I had the qualities of a white woman, and now All these black men, they want white women, because you black women would make fun of black women who achieved the femininity that you actually desperately wanted, but you would make fun of because you thought having a big ass and a loud attitude was cute. You thought that shit was cute, and it never was. At one point, yeah, black men liked that stuff, but did they really, or did the hip hop industry run by white people promote this raggedy ass ratchet femininity to black women? And you adopted it because you were not intelligent enough to say, you know what? I want to speak and look like a Disney princess because there's value in that femininity. Instead of going around with a big ass and a big attitude and a loud mouth and you know, a a hyper masculine, hyper competitive attitude, because you're not feminine. A lot of you black women, you need to act like a Disney princess. You need to speak like one. Like speak like a white girl. Like for me, it's easy, but some of you all, you can mock it. So what if you can mock it and put on a fake accent? Why wouldn't you want to talk like that all the time and receive the dignity from other people for showing that you have education, showing you have class, showing you have femininity? A lot of you black women, you haven't even practiced your voice. You haven't practiced sounding attractive. And I'm gonna let you know right now, a lot of men are attracted to a woman's voice. They hear you and they want to know what it's like how you moan in bed. And when you sound like a ghetto slave mammy, you know, what these black men want and white women, they've been programmed by Hollywood, and that's what they want. They're watching pornography and they're seeing these white women. And a lot of you black women, you just aren't wise and intelligent enough to adopt that femininity that you saw on TV. You just weren't intelligent enough. You rather would adopt the femininity of these video vixens, because they look like you. And it's sad that a lot of you black women cannot compete. Like, I hear the complaints of black men, but at the end of the day, if you weren't so busy making fun of sisters like me and calling us nerdy and calling us white girls because we took pride in how we presented ourselves to the world, because we were groomed to behave like princesses and to get married by a suitor instead of get pregnant by a nigger, you know, now your daughters can't find husbands because you didn't teach her the truth, like my mother taught me the truth. You didn't teach your daughters. You taught them to make fun of black women who were different than you. Calling us Oreos, exactly, Sasha. You know. And now and you were, a lot of you sisters were taught to compete with actual Oreos or actual black women who are mulatto, or in my case, who, you know, people ask me what's your race because I'm clearly not mulatto, but I'm also clearly, to some people, you're not just black. You're too beautiful to be, you know, but I'm not mulatto. So that's why I'm warning you, black women. If you're actually black and you can achieve the standards of white femininity, you will be hated. And you black women, you are not strong enough to be me. That's why God did not give you my beauty. He gave it to me. Because you all are weak. You are the weak and pathetic, most of you all. You can't speak up. You won't speak up. You're worse than white women. You're weaker than white women who you think are weak because they have flat asses and talk like this. You all are weak. You're not strong enough to speak proper English and show the world how educated you are and show black men that you deserve better and tell him he's inferior. You're silencing yourself and you're having babies by these men to keep him around when he hates you. Black men hate you, black women. Look on social media. Look at what black men talk about on Father's Day. Complaining. And all of them are baby daddies. None of them are married. And all these baby daddies that complain about not getting credit, this, that, they all left the woman for dead. She did all the work. He takes them occasionally. And he does what males in the animal kingdom do, because the black man is no level above an animal. Most of them can't even, most animals speak better English than a black man does. Talk to birds or ants. They have more intelligence than most black men you will ever meet. And black men do exactly what animals do. They'll sleep with the woman and then they'll go mating for life. And she raises the baby alone or with another black man who was willing to pick up the slack. That's what black men do. They breed and they move on. And they want you to pity them when they have it easy as a man. All you have to do is get a job, get a little money, and you will find pussy. But he has no regard for your experience, no regard for your pleasure, no regard for your pain. He does not care about how you feel. He sees you the way God made you, as a breeding machine and something that he can use for sex, whether you get off or not, just like in the animal kingdom, doggy style, and then gone to the next woman. That's his nature. And if you don't believe me, read the Bible and see why God cursed Hebrew Israelites. It had nothing to do with white men. It had to do with his actual nature. White men came as a punishment to black men. White men are not the problem. They were the solution. And that's probably the last thing. I'm probably on number 7 at this point. But like, one of the other things I want to tell black women you can do to immediately feel better, go on dates with white men. Learn how white women are treated if you don't already know. Go on dates. Like, I encourage every black woman to date at least 3 different white men this year, and date 3 different kinds. And by white, I mean non-black. He does not have to be European Caucasian, but date a man who is not African and is not genetically African in any way whatsoever. Meaning you can date a African man, but he could be Dutch. You know what I'm saying? He could be a Dutch. He could be his nationality could be born in Africa, but date a man who genetically is not African. Genetically, that he's European, Middle Eastern, um, um, Asian, or South American. You know, or North American, but go on date at least 3 different men who are not black, so you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. I grew up around superior men, and when you are treated better by men of other races, you start to develop that understanding of what you as a woman are worth. When you are around black men, you are going to be nothing but a baby making machine. Black men hate you. All right? Black men hate you. Ever since he got the privilege to sleep with a white woman without being punished, he hates you. Because he owes you, black woman, and he will not apologize for his failures. The white woman is the black man's salvation. Who is yours? Black woman. Me. The ancestors. Revolutionaries. We're fighting for you. The black man is fighting against you. Look at any social media. Black men hate you, black woman. And the more you have his babies, the more he hates you. Have you noticed? Like, have you all noticed? Or are y'all really just fucking blind? It's like, I can't be the only one talking about this shit anymore, because it's only gotten worse. Like I said, Sasha, you said, how is it like being in a relationship with a white man? I need all of you black women to find out right now. Find out. And when I say date, I'm saying going on dates. I'm not saying, oh, go marry a white woman, go get with or go marry a white man, go get with a white man. I'm saying actually go on a date so you can see how inferior black men actually are. Comparison. If you don't already know, black women, let a white man date you and take you out. Have white men in your life. Sleep with him if you need to really, really find out. But you do it with these black men that hate you. Do it with a white man who is groomed to respect women. Because black men are taught to mistreat you by his fathers. He's taught to mistreat you by his mothers who don't ever want him to leave the home. That's the number one reason the black man hates you. Because because his mother hates you. His mother hates you because you're not him. Black people are sick and twisted. So a lot of black men are taught to hate black women. Oh, but he'll get you pregnant if he can get a nut out of it. Date at least 3 white men. Why at least 3? Because I want you all to understand that the white man is not superior to the black man just because he's white. There are plenty of white men out here who act like niggas, but he'll still be better than one. And that's what I want y'all to see. But I want you all to understand he's not superior just because he's white. He's superior because of the culture around white people. And a lot of you black women, if you weren't raised by white society like I was, you don't relate to white people, you don't listen to their music, you don't understand their sports, you don't know what their events, how they run events, or how they run family functions, you don't know what they eat, their norms and their customs. But part of those norms and customs are how they treat women. And you black women need to learn that. You need to date white men so you know what I'm saying is true. The black man is inferior. And until you start hanging around white men and see how white women get treated, you're not going to understand what I mean. You're not going to understand these warnings, and you're not going to know the possibility of really being treated like a queen, not being told you're a queen, because all the black man has is empty words to offer, but actually being treated like royalty because you're with a man who was raised to be superior to these other men that he see in the world, that he was taught don't be like them. And you need to date white men to hear white men's complaints about these white women who only want black dick. Just like these black men who only want white women, you need to hear the white men's side of it. You need to date these white men who are being rejected for the same reason that you as a black woman are being rejected. Because you're not that. You're not white. And he's being rejected because he's not black. Date white men for Juneteenth, black women. Date white men, learn your worth, and then see if you can find a black man who can measure up. And when you can't, start thinking about marrying a white man. Or get your passport, get out of the country. You don't have to necessarily live and change your whole life in order to meet a higher quality man in another country. People who travel have more intelligence, are more open-minded. I know people who have met other Americans in Japan, and they're dating now, and they're both still living in America, but they met in Japan. Traveling helps you meet higher, superior people of higher intelligence. That's why I'm telling you travel. It's not about changing your life or putting yourself in danger when in a country where you don't know anybody, don't speak the language. It's about getting your ass out of this hood slave mentality and learning what the world is like. A person like me does not have to travel. I have enough intelligence to absorb other people's experiences, and I have enough power of empathy, which you all call psychic, but it's psychic power is a little different than just empathy. Meaning I don't have to look into it. I can be next to you and feel what you're feeling, know what you're thinking, know what's in your bloodline, know whether you're genetically African or not, just by being next to you. That's empathy. Psychic power, yeah, I do get visions, dreams, insights. Yeah, all of that's cute, but empathy is where real power comes from. I'm able to be you. So I know what y'all be thinking and feeling, because I can feel it just by standing next to you. And you all don't believe I have that power until you meet me, and you're afraid to be next to me because you know God is judging you when you come around me. It's the only reason you will be around me. when God's ready to judge you. Because I'm the Black High Priestess. And I come for judgment. Ask the jobs that I have that have shut down after I got hired. God sends me places. That's what living a spiritual lifestyle is. You get sent. I should say ancestors. God could care less. But, we're in a spiritual warfare. Yeah, you've heard from Middle Eastern men, you're too traditional to be in America. Anytime a black woman, anytime a black woman is told, oh, you don't seem American, or someone asks your race, take that as a compliment. Take it as a compliment, because you have the ability to attract a higher caliber of man when he sees you as something other than a black female stereotype. Date white men. And why am I, uh, you got a lot of brown men who have the same mentalities as black men culturally. When you date white men who see themselves as kings and queens, who actually see themselves as monarchs and can actually relate to that, and have those standards, you're gonna have a whole different experience, and you're gonna have whole new standards. And a lot of you people, you black people don't understand why I say the things I say, because I was groomed superior. I was groomed superior. I'm trying to let you all know, especially black women. Black men hate you, and he's inferior to you. And he does all these things because he cannot measure up. And he cannot measure. It's not about slavery. It's about the fact that he is wicked. It's not about slavery and white supremacy at some point. It's black man's wickedness. White supremacy is just the black man's tool to destroy the black woman. That's how deep this warfare is. Sometimes it's really just between black men and black women. White people, came as the solution, but like, the black man's hatred of the black woman is biblical. It really, really has nothing to do with slavery, if you want to know it on a spiritual level. But yeah, slavery castrated the black man, but a black man who understands and has that understanding as a revolutionary, he's not going to blame the black women victims. He's going to do better. These men who have these spiritual demons because they watch pornography and they worship, Baphomet, they hate you, black woman. Be careful who you sleep with. Like, all last year, I won't want to say that, but I'll say this. There's black, a lot of these black men, they want to be respectful and act like they're upstanding and respectable and everything. You know, this nigga over here trying to hide the fact that he has a daughter so he can get pussy, trying to, have a good reputation when he worships white women, when he's lying about sleeping with white women. And ask God. God will show you. God showed me in several dreams that he was sleeping with white women, that his baby mama's probably white. And these are not the niggas out of jail and sometimes selling drugs to get by because they didn't have the right education or this, that. They be the good guys in bad situations. It's these black men who are business owners, who have good jobs or have that, they are the ones that hate you, that have these demons. They're the ones who lie to you to get in your pants, but they really sleep with white women. They womanize. They secretly have babies by white women that they won't claim, unless you dig up their dirt. Like, black men are not good fathers. You're not a good father because you're black, and you're not a good father because statistics lie to you about black men wanting to be in their father's life. Black men hate black women. Why are white men better fathers than you? He may not be as active because he has a better job and has to actually work 24/7 to keep that house that gives that white woman, but he's a better father because he showed his children that a woman should be married and taken care of in a home. A black man cannot do that. because that's not what a black man believes. A black man believes that a woman should be impregnated and put up with whatever he dishes out because he's inferior. Because white people this and they did that. So just, and you got to understand, it's demonic. It has nothing to do with slavery, white supremacy. The black man is full of hatred. He hates himself. He hates his God. He hates the woman God gave him. Well, that's my Juneteenth wisdom, for black women. For Juneteenth, give yourself permission to be treated better by superior races. It's probably been my whole message all of my life. But I had the painful experiences enough to learn this at a single digit age from where I grew up. And I'm trying to share this wisdom with you all. But black men are not going to understand it. This is for you all, black women. The black man hates you. Peace and love. And thank you. Thank you all. Listen, learn, like, subscribe. It's been a pleasure, Sasha. And I did this and it's funny because a black man actually wanted me to do another upload, but like I said, sisters, you start telling the truth, you're going to see how many black men are real warriors and will support you. You got all these inferior niggas. Start speaking up. Start being a warrior. And you're going to find a higher caliber of black men that will go to war for you. You, Ogun, will bring the right men into your life if you become a warrior. But keep trying to be false Oshuns and keep trying to be pick-me women and keep trying to act like nothing's wrong and keep being afraid of Oya. Keep being afraid of being that Oya and being Erzuli Danto. Keep trying to be the woman who's always loved, and no one will ever love you for who you are. Be yourself and stand up for other women, and you will see what real love is. Because you will be loved for who you are and what you are, which is a black woman. Nothing less. Peace and love.